Good morning, good afternoon, guys. This should be Wednesday, right? Nope, Tuesday, Wednesday. This is Thursday. Thursday, the day after the test. You guys took the test yesterday. Completed that, had some free time, stuff like that. So today is now Thursday, and I'm putting together a little lesson plan for you guys. Today you're going to learn the area of compound shapes. And the reason why I chose to teach you guys this today is one, it's not really hard to do if you're good with knowing area of shapes like a square, a triangle, things like that. And second, every year on the ISATs, there's always a handful of these problems that catches kids by surprise. So I wanted to get a little extra practice in. So I'm going to shrink myself down here, and we're gonna go to work here. So, okay. So in order to understand area of compound shapes, we first need to understand area of normal shapes, right? Of the normal everyday shapes, like the square or the rectangle. That is a terribly drawn square rectangle, but we're going to go with it. To find the area of this, you go length times width, or the base times the height. Either way, that tells you the total area of that shape. The triangle is area equals base times height divided by 2, or half of the area of the base times height. The next one that we learn is the circle. The circle involves using the radius, and its area is equal to the radius times the radius times pi. Pi's r squared, or radius times pi. And remember, pi is 3.14. So, what compound shapes are? Compound, or composite is another they call it, is two or more shapes put together. For example, let's say we have a square with a triangle on top, a tiny little house. And its length is 4 inches, its height is 5 inches, and let's say the height of the triangle is 2 inches. So in order to find the total area, I need to find the area of the triangle, and then I need to find the area of the square and add them together. So we'll do the square first. Length times width times 5 times 4, which is 20 total inches, or 20 square inches. Now the triangle is base times height divided by 2. So what you have to do with these is you have to use all the other sides to figure out missing lengths. For example, I don't know what this length is, but if I go across it, I know this length is 4 inches. So that then falls onto there also being 4 inches. And remember, the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. So I go 4 times 2, which is 8, and then I divide by 2, which is 4 square inches. So the total area of this shape is 20 plus 4, 24 cubic inches. Squared inches. Okay, now I'll show you a little bit of the homework assignment. Okay, so here's one of the homework assignments. I want you to find the area of these shapes. So what you have to do is you have to kind of look at it like a house and look at its different dimensions, look at its different bedrooms. For example, this very first one right here, 4 by 6 by 4 by 3, you got to find the missing side lengths. For example, if this entire length is 6 and this length is 4, then a leftover length right here is going to be 2. And then you look at it and chop it into different shapes. I could either chop it into a rectangle and a square, or a larger rectangle and a smaller square. It doesn't matter. I'm going to draw it like this. So now I have two shapes that are together. This rectangle here and that rectangle there. Now remember, area equals base times height. In this case, 5 by 6. This total area is 30. And notice there's no units. We're just trying this out. And this area is 3 times 2, which is 6. So the total area of this shape is 30 6 units squared. Units squared. Let's do this one down here. So right off the bat, I'm looking at it. I can see two different shapes. I can see, if I go like this, I can see two little squares on the bottom and one big rectangle on the top. So now I just got to find my missing side lengths. For example, this is 2 by 2, which makes this 4. And if that's 2 by 2, then this is also 2 by 2, making that 4. And then this is 10 by 8 altogether, but we're not using the full 8. We're using right to there. We know this is 2, so 2 and 6 make 8. So this is actually a 10 by 6, which is 60. And now I add them up. 60 plus 4 plus 4 is 68 units squared. Okay, let's try another one here. This one right here has got a triangle. I can see it right off the bat. There's a triangle right here. Boom, boom, boom. There's my triangle. And looks like a little square or a rectangle right here. We know this length is 8. We know this length is 10. That's all we need, so this is 80. Now this is base times height divided by 2, right? So if 8 of it is here, then that means this base is 10 because it's 10 here and 8 there for a total of 18. And then this entire length is the length of the square plus that 4. Well, look over here. We know the length is 10 plus 4, 14. So I got to go 10 times 14, which is 140, and then divide it by 2, 70 cubic units. Let's try one of these with a little half circle on it. Okay, now remember, the circle is radius times pi, which is 3.14. So I got a rectangle here and a half circle there. Well, the rectangle's not hard. It's 22 times 10, which is 220 units. Now, I got to figure out the radius. I know this length here is 10. And so the radius is half the diameter, so the radius is 5. So that means I have to go radius, which is 5, times radius, which is 5, times pi, 3.14. Well, let me grab a calculator here. On 5 times 5 times 3.14 is 78.5 for the whole circle. So I have to divide by 2 to find half the circle, 39.25. 39.25. And now I add it up. I add this plus this, so plus 220 for a total of 259.25 square units. They're a little tricky, but not hard. I'm going to put some videos for you guys to watch. I got a couple worksheets for you guys to do, and then a little Desmos activity at the end of the day. Thanks, guys.